Alright, so I made quite a few videos ragging on the XM5 and about the things I didn't like. So it's only fair I do a positive video because, you know, they deserve its time in the limelight. So let's talk about the things that make the XM5 awesome. The first thing is, 5.56 is not an anti-material cartridge at all. That's not what it's for. Yeah, it works great against fleshy targets, but anti-material not so much. And we all know it's only a matter of time before this bad boy right here becomes self-aware. So we got self-driving cars, self-aware phones. What's the next step? Well, it starts manufacturing sex robots. And that's a problem. We're gonna have a bunch of sex robots running around with big old chest armor, and how are you gonna penetrate that with a 5.56? It's just not gonna happen. To get through that massive, thick, juicy chest armor, you're going to need something like the 6.8 by 51 with some sort of penetrator tip, otherwise your 5.56 projectiles are just going to splatter off of it.
Baseball, cold showers, baseball, cold showers.
Give it up, Mr. Powers.
Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day. Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold.
Then you have unstoppable sex robots running around, just being all cute and shit and causing chaos. Well, you got to have a defense against it. So that is a really positive thing for the 6.8 by 51 that a lot of people probably just haven't thought of yet. And the ultimate goal here is to get good penetration. As most Americans know, the best way to get good penetration is to have a really big penetrator. For example, yeah, the 5.56 is going to get some penetration. It'll get in there a little bit. But what you really need is a 6.8 by 51 NATO to really just penetrate down in there. Just drive it deep and break through the ceiling and get past the armor and get your payload inside of the robot to blow the robot's circuitry right out of its mind. That's what we need to do here. That's why the 6.8 by 51 NATO is a really good idea for this particular job. The next really awesome thing about the 6.8 Spear or the XM5 is they're not cheap. The AR-15 is crazy cheap. You can buy one for like a half month's rent. This isn't, and that's awesome. It costs like, I think it was like $7,000 the last time I seen one quoted, so it's not cheap. So if you own one, you'll be in like the elite class. The next thing that's really awesome about the XM5 is the fact that it's going to make the AR-15 obsolete. Just kind of like the M1 Garand, the M14, the FN FAL, once the military abandons that rifle, it's frozen in time. So the AR-15 will be frozen in time with today's technology. So 10, maybe 15 years down the road, the XM5 will keep advancing and keep getting more and more high tech, where the AR-15 will still be at 2022 technology. So it's totally going to make that rifle obsolete. Therefore, everybody's going to want to get the XM5 so they can have a rifle that moves forward with technology. And that's just really awesome. I mean, think about the money you get to spend now. Now you have a reason to spend a whole bunch of money that you didn't have a reason to spend before. The next thing that's really awesome about the XM5 is there is zero ammunition stockpile. The problem with the AR-15 is there's just too much ammo everywhere. It's just everywhere. With the XM5, because it's a new caliber that's never been used before, well, now there's zero ammo. So now you get to enjoy hunting for new ammunition, which is awesome. You get to enjoy going to like Black Friday sales. And all the glory that those bring, showing up at like 3 a.m., bugging your gun shop like, hey man, you got that ammunition in yet? You would have got to experience none of that with the AR-15. None of those grateful, wonderful experiences that you will now get to experience with the XM5. The next best thing about the XM5 is it's a 2-stamp rifle. What that means is you need 1 stamp for the suppressor, and you need 1 stamp because it's a short-barreled rifle.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Chad with the NFA information and
Create your account on Silence phone here. I've got the brightness on to do all this. Continue here. It's going to tell you exactly what to start with. So we're going to get a little bit. It differs from a traditional NFL. We've already completed that process. All right, the next screen is going to point us in a little bit early.
So now you get the awesome experience of going through the federal paperwork, trying to get a tax stamp. Oh, and forget about leaving state lines. Like, the pure enjoyment of trying to take an NFA item out of the state you live in is just really cool. And plus, you'll always know where your rifle is because it's got a tax stamp on it and it's in a registry. All you have to do is talk to the government and be like, hey, I can't find my rifle. Do you know where my rifle is? And they'll be like, well, it's right here. Otherwise, somebody's getting felonies. So that's really cool. They'll always have tabs on it, so you'll never misplace your rifle. They'll always be able to find it for you, and that's just an awesome service that the government's willing to offer you with the XM5. In the AR-15, it didn't get that awesomeness because you could just get a 14.5-inch barrel with your flash hider and pin and weld that on, and now there's no tax stamp, so if you misplace your rifle, there's nobody you can talk to help you find it. It's just not fun. The next awesome thing about the XM5 is the barrel life. No matter what, no matter how you slice the pie, if you were to shoot a less powerful cartridge, you know, something at like 60,000 PSI or 40,000 PSI through that barrel, it's going to last longer. So what that means for you is you get the opportunity to change your barrel quite frequently. Regardless how many rounds it can shoot without a barrel change, it would shoot more with a different cartridge through it. So you get to constantly tinker with your rifle, take it apart, put parts on, put parts off. That's just not something you would get to experience as often with an AR-15 or some sort of 308 variant. So that's really cool that they're allowing you the opportunity to be able to take apart your rifle constantly. Anyway, those were some of the positive sides on the military and the civilian world. Alright, in all seriousness though, this is a new product. We are going through uncharted territory. Will it become the next best thing since sliced bread? I don't know. I can't see into the future. Is it going to solve some problem I didn't know existed? Possibly. It very well could. And I was hoping that you would just find a little bit of entertainment out of this, maybe get a couple of laughs. Anyway, if you'd like to help support the channel, there's a bunch of different great ways you can do it. One is affiliate links. I have them down in the description. Even if you don't purchase what that particular link is for, just clicking on it and doing the Amazon shopping you were already going to do anyway, I get a little kickback for it because you came there off my channel. The other way is also become a Patreon. That's great. I have channel members. All great ways you can help support the channel. Anyway, I do appreciate you watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe.